The giant hall fell silent as Lisa Wright walked to the center platform. Her blue uniform stood out among the colorful alien delegates. It was the year 2157, and no one expected what she was about to say. "People of the Galactic Confederation," she began, her voice steady but tired. "For 97 years, humans have fought your wars, fixed your problems, and kept peace among your worlds. We have given our blood, our minds, and our time. What have we received in return?" She paused, looking at the alien faces. Some had scales, others had fur. Some had many eyes, others none at all. But all watched her with growing worry. While we solved galactic problems, our own world suffered. Our oceans grew dirty. Our cities became crowded. Our people lost their way. Today we make a hard choice. Earth is leaving the Confederation. We are going home. The room exploded with noise. Some aliens jumped up, waving their limbs in anger. Others sat frozen in shock. A tall, thin alien with purple skin rushed to Lisa. "Ambassador Wright, you cannot do this. Who will help with the border dispute in Sector 7? Who will design the new space stations? Who will talk sense into the Krell Empire?" Lisa shook her head. "Not our problem anymore. Find your own solutions." Back on Earth, Admiral Joe Miller watched the giant screens as human ships returned home. Big warships, small science vessels, transport ships full of families, all coming back to the Sol system. "Last outpost cleared, sir," said a young officer. "Colony on Proxima 3 is empty. Research station on Europa 7 has been shut down. All humans accounted for." Joe nodded. "Seal the borders. Turn on the defense grid." Huge energy walls sprang up around the entire solar system. Earth cut all communication lines except one emergency channel. No one could enter without permission. No human would leave. President Sam Garcia addressed the people of Earth that night. "For too long, we have been the galaxy's helpers while our own home needed our care. Today we begin again. We will clean our waters, rebuild our cities, and remember who we are. The stars will wait." The aliens didn't believe it would last. The Xindi ambassador laughed in a private meeting. "Humans need us as much as we need them. They will come crawling back when their economy crashes without our trade." The Voltar Supreme Leader was angry. "How dare they leave? We made them important. Without us, they are nothing but animals on a small blue planet." But weeks turned to months. Months became a year. Human ships never returned to Confederation space. The emergency channel remained silent. Earth had truly walked away, and the galaxy was about to learn just how much they needed humans. 5 years without humans changed everything. The galaxy was falling apart. Captain Krell of the Misulian guard ship watched as another transport burned in space, hit by Volari weapons. The two alien races had fought over the same planets for hundreds of years, but humans had always kept the peace. Now the war was back, worse than ever. No point calling for help. Krell told his crew, "There are no human ships to save us now." On Proxima Station, the once busy science center felt empty. Dr. Zix, a small green alien with 6 arms, looked at the half-filled meeting room. "Only 40 scientists this year," he said sadly. "Last time humans were here, we had over 200. No big new ideas anymore. No one to ask the crazy questions that lead to big answers." The doctor picked up an old coffee mug left by a human scientist years ago. He had kept it as a reminder of better days. Across the galaxy, space pirates attacked ships on the Aldebaran trade route. Without human patrol ships, no one was safe. Food and medicine didn't reach planets that needed them. People were hungry and sick. In the great meeting hall, Counselor Zeth Toril, a tall blue alien who used to hate humans, now stood before the Galactic Council begging for their return. "I was wrong about them," he admitted, his voice shaking. "I said we didn't need humans. I said they were too simple, too emotional. Now I see the truth. Without them, we are stuck. We don't grow. We don't change. We just fight old fights and think old thoughts." The other council members looked down, ashamed. They had all felt superior to humans once. Now they just missed them. On a distant space station, Professor Yaz studied human books, music, and tools. She had a room full of things humans left behind. A baseball, a guitar, cooking recipes, math books. What made them special? She asked her students. They had gathered around a simple drawing made by a human child. A student raised his tentacle. They were good at fighting. Yes, but so are the Krull, said Professor Yaz. They were smart, asked another. The Mindweavers are smarter, she replied. After a long silence, the oldest student spoke. They were both, and more. Humans could be gentle and violent, logical and emotional. They saw patterns no one else could see. They connected ideas no one else would connect. Professor Yaz nodded. That's what we lost. The species that could be everything at once. The ones who didn't fit in our neat categories. She looked out the window at the stars. Earth was out there somewhere, hidden behind its energy walls. Silent. Closed. The galaxy had never felt so empty. 8 years after humans left, something strange appeared in space. It started as a small purple light near the Cygnus arm. Within days, it grew into a giant swirling cloud that broke all the rules of physics. It's eating space itself, said Chief Scientist Morla, his 4 eyes blinking rapidly in fear. The energy readings make no sense. Nothing we try stops it. Ships that got too close vanished. 3 planets had to be evacuated as the strange cloud grew. The aliens called it the Hunger because it seemed to feed on everything it touched. At the emergency meeting, alien leaders argued and panicked. We've tried energy weapons, shouted one. We've tried containment fields, yelled another. An old alien named Zorn stood up slowly. There was a human scientist who wrote about things like this. His name was Steve Collins. I read his work years ago. Everyone turned to look at Zorn. Collins predicted this kind of space anomaly. He called it a quantum cascade. But his papers don't explain how to stop it. Only he would know. First speaker Kalana, a tall alien with golden skin, made a hard decision. We must contact Earth. After 8 years of silence, we must beg for help. The message they sent was simple. We need your help. Days passed. Then weeks. The hunger kept growing. 3 more planets were evacuated. Hope faded. Then, one morning, the emergency channel lit up. A human voice. The first in 8 years. This is Dr. Karen Wilson, Earth Space Research. Send all your data on the anomaly. We will analyze. The aliens sent everything immediately. All their scans, failed experiments, and observations. They added videos of people fleeing their homes, hoping to touch human hearts. For 3 long weeks, nothing happened. The hunger grew larger. Some aliens began to leave the galaxy entirely, believing the end was near. Then Earth sent another message. No video, no friendly words, just cold data, equations, diagrams, and instructions to build a strange device. They won't even come help us build it, complained one alien leader. They just throw instructions over their wall and expect us to figure it out. But they had no choice. Thousands of engineers worked day and night to build the Earth device. No one fully understood how it worked, but they followed the human plans exactly. When they turned it on, the purple cloud began to shrink. Within days, it disappeared completely. The aliens studied the device for years afterward, trying to understand how it worked. The science behind it was like nothing they had seen before, part normal physics, part crazy idea, part impossible math. Only humans think this way, said Morla. They saved us, but from behind their walls. They still won't come out and play with the rest of us. 10 years had passed since humans sealed themselves inside their solar system. After the hunger crisis, the aliens finally admitted they needed humans back. We must convince them to return, said High Counselor Nyx Farah. Her skin shimmered like oil on water as she addressed the Galactic Council. We will send our finest ships with our best gifts. 20 beautiful ships traveled to the edge of Earth's space wall. They carried treasures from 100 worlds, rare gems, ancient art, and advanced technology. The aliens practiced their speeches for weeks. At the border, they waited nervously. Would humans even answer their call? After 3 days, a single small Earth ship appeared. It had no weapons showing, but the aliens knew humans well enough to guess they were hidden somewhere. Captain Alan Foster's face appeared on their screens. He looked younger than they expected. Humans had clearly found ways to extend their lives during isolation. This is Earth Border Patrol. State your business. Nix Vera stepped forward, bowing deeply. Honorable human, we bring gifts and friendship. The galaxy needs your people. We offer better terms in a new alliance. Please, let us speak with your leaders. Captain Foster's face showed nothing. I will transmit your message. Wait here. The aliens waited for days while Earth debated. In their massive government building in New Washington, human leaders argued loudly about what to do. They only want us when they're in trouble, said Defense Secretary Maria Ross, slamming her hand on the table. We fixed our oceans, rebuilt our cities, and advanced our science without them. Why go back? Science Director Peter Wright disagreed. We can't hide forever. Like it or not, we're part of this galaxy. We can help without becoming servants again. President George Edwards listened to everyone before making his decision. We'll open one small door, not the whole wall. After a week, Captain Foster returned to the waiting aliens. Earth has decided. We will build one outpost at Proxima Centauri. Not full membership in your confederation, just a place where we can talk sometimes. The aliens had hoped for much more, but it was better than nothing. 3 months later, a new space station appeared at Proxima Centauri. Earth named it Doorstep, a clear message that aliens could come this far, but no further. Ambassador Daniel Chen welcomed the first alien visitors. He was a friendly man with a warm smile that hid a sharp mind. Welcome to Doorstep Station, he said to the excited alien delegates. This is not Earth returning to galactic politics. This is Earth agreeing to listen. We will help with some problems. We will trade some goods. But we do this on our terms, not yours. The aliens exchanged worried looks. This was not the full return they had hoped for. But at least the door was open a crack. 15 years had passed since humans left the galaxy. Life had settled into a new normal. Then the deep space sensors picked up something no one had ever seen before. What are those? Asked Junior Officer Trell, pointing at the screen. Hundreds of strange ships were moving toward the galaxy from the darkness beyond. Commander Vex squinted at the readings. I don't know, but they're big, and there are many of them. The aliens tried to talk to the newcomers. They sent friendly messages in all known languages. They offered gifts and peace. The response was a beam of energy that turned an entire Masulian colony to dust. 50 million people gone in seconds. The newcomers called themselves the Voraks. They looked like tall shadows with glowing red eyes. They wanted planets, resources, and didn't care who was already living there. The aliens fought back with everything they had. Their best ships and weapons were no match for Voraks technology. World after world fell silent as the invaders moved steadily toward the center of the galaxy. At Doorstep Station, Ambassador Chen watched the reports with growing alarm. This is bad, he told his staff. These Voraks could be a threat to Earth too, eventually. He sent all the information to Earth, where military leaders studied it carefully. Admiral Susan Hall, head of Earth Defense, called an emergency meeting. The Voraks are unlike anything we've seen, she told the Earth Council. If they defeat the Confederation, they'll find Earth eventually. We should fight them far away, not at our front door. President William Clark looked around the room. Are we ready to return to space? To fight someone else's war again? Admiral Hall nodded firmly. We've been building ships for 15 years, not public knowledge, but we have a fleet that could help. It's time to show the galaxy what humans have become. The president made his decision. Send enough forces to assess and fight this threat. But make it clear, this is not us rejoining their politics. This is self-defense at a distance. When Earth sent its reply to Doorstep Station, Ambassador Chen smiled for the first time in months. The Confederation forces were losing a major battle at Sigma Draconis when space tore open nearby. Human ships emerged, sleek, deadly, and more advanced than anything the aliens had ever seen. The Earth vessels moved with impossible speed. Their weapons cut through Vorax shields like they weren't even there. Their own defenses shrugged off enemy fire. Admiral Hall's voice broadcast on all Confederation channels. This is Earth Fleet. Fall back and regroup. We'll handle the front line. The alien ships retreated in amazement, watching as humans engaged the enemy that had been destroying them for months. In minutes, the battle had turned. A Confederation commander whispered to his second, "What happened to them during those 15 years? They've become something else." The galaxy was about to find out just how much humans had changed. For 2 years, humans fought the Vorax across the stars. The war was hard, with victories and losses on both sides. Commander Greg Powell led the special human fighting teams. He invented new ways to fight that confused the Vorax. Instead of big battles, humans attacked from different directions at once. They used small, fast ships to hit and run before the enemy could respond. Never do what they expect. Greg told his pilots, "Be unpredictable. That's our strength." Dr. Linda Morrison studied captured Vorax technology and bodies in her lab. She discovered their shields had a weakness. They couldn't block a certain type of energy wave. Their shields adapt to whatever hits them, she explained. But they can't adapt to something that changes frequency constantly. Human scientists built new weapons based on her discovery. The tide of war began to turn. But the real surprise came from an unexpected person. Amy Rodriguez wasn't a soldier or scientist. She was a language expert who studied alien cultures. After watching hours of Vorax communications, she noticed something strange. "I don't think they're evil," she told the War Council one day. Everyone stared at her in shock. "They've killed millions," shouted a Missoulian representative. Amy nodded. "Yes, but look at their language patterns. When we send peace messages, their energy readings spike in what we thought was anger. But what if it's fear? What if our hello sounds like 'I'll kill you' to them?" Admiral Hall considered her words carefully. "You're saying this whole war might be a misunderstanding." "Exactly," Amy said. "They're not like us or any aliens we know. Their minds work differently. What we see as friendly, they see as threats." Using Amy's insights, humans created a new way to talk to the Vorax, one based on energy pulses and light patterns instead of words. After many failures, they finally got a response that wasn't an attack. The Confederation aliens were amazed. Humans were fighting the Vorax harder than anyone, but also trying to understand them at the same time. It seemed impossible to do both, yet humans did it naturally. The peace talks were difficult. 3 times, they almost failed, but human negotiators kept trying new approaches. Eventually, they reached an agreement. The Vorax could have certain areas of space where no one else lived. In return, they would stop attacking. When the fighting finally ended, First Speaker Kalana addressed the Confederation. "Humans have shown us something important. They fought when necessary, but looked for peace at the same time. They were both warriors and peacemakers. This is why we needed them back." In private, she added, "and why we can never let them leave again." 20 years after humans closed their borders, they stood at a turning point. The Vorax War had pulled them back into space despite their plans to stay hidden. On Europa, the ice moon of Jupiter, the biggest meeting in galactic history took place. Humans chose this spot. Not Earth, but not alien territory either. The great ice dome they built sparkled like a diamond under Jupiter's glow. Representatives from all Confederation species came. Even a small group of Vorax attended, standing in the shadows at the back of the room. Tension filled the air as old enemies met face to face. President Julia Martinez walked to the center of the room. She was a small woman with bright eyes and a strong voice. 20 years ago, we left because you took us for granted, she said. You expected us to solve your problems while giving little in return. We needed time to fix our own world and remember who we were. She looked around the room, meeting the eyes of each alien species. Now we return, not because we must, but because we choose to. Isolation taught us we are stronger together, but only if we are treated as equals. For 3 days, humans and aliens worked out a new agreement. The old Galactic Confederation was gone. In its place, they created the Interstellar Alliance. The new rules were clear. No species would carry all the burden. Humans would not be the default problem solvers anymore. Each race would contribute based on their strengths. In return, humans gained access to the knowledge of 24 alien civilizations. Working together would help everyone advance faster than working alone. Ben Davis, the new Earth leader for alien relations, smiled as he signed the final agreement. We walked away to find ourselves, he said. The galaxy called us back because they needed what makes us human. Now we found a balance that works for everyone. The changes didn't happen overnight. It took years for the new alliance to work smoothly. But signs of success appeared quickly. Human ships started to explore the galaxy again. Aliens visited Earth for the first time in decades. The great human universities reopened their doors to alien students eager to learn human thinking. Most importantly, other species began to develop their own special skills rather than waiting for humans to solve everything. The Missoulians created peace-talking schools based on human methods. The Arcturians changed how they taught children to encourage new ideas. As Captain Erin Jackson prepared her ship for its first deep space mission, she watched alien crew members come aboard. 20 years ago, this would have been normal. Now it felt like something new and better. "Where to, Captain?" asked her Volari navigator. She smiled. "Everywhere. We have a whole galaxy to rediscover." The humans had walked away. The galaxy had begged them back, and both were stronger for the journey.